2036, the nature of combat shifted forever. The armed forces engineered groundbreaking autonomous fighters to take the place of human troops. These units could locate and neutralize armed hostiles with one-shot accuracy, never failing to strike their intended target. When facing insurgents, they deployed maximum firepower with no hesitation, emotionless, streamlined and perfectly carrying out each directive on the battlefield. They represented ideal implements of combat. They felt no dread, no indecision, and always obeyed orders. On that mission, a team operating with autonomous soldiers was running a clearance patrol. Unmanned aerial vehicles hovered above, providing surveillance, while the robotic infantry pushed forward. All went as intended, until they faced a rebel surprise assault. Blasts resonated throughout the zone as the robot fighters were pushed back by heavy gunfire. Sergeant Miller's panicked voice broke through over the headset. Two troops pinned in enemy fire, with no way out. Smoke filled the air, flesh torn apart. It was absolute chaos. In the meantime, I was stationed in a cool command hub miles away. They call me Hack, an unmanned aircraft operator. I casually chewed on fruit chews, staring at the monitor. For me, this felt like a video game. The heat signature feed appeared clear and organized. No gore, no shouting, only statistics and positioning. My attention locked onto an armored car, rushing forward at high speed, based on its chassis and plating. It was probably a mobile rocket system. If that vehicle got within range, all 38 troops in the field would be killed instantly. I sent a strike request for that vehicle, but Sergeant Miller turned it down. The justification was straightforward. The two pinned soldiers were positioned near the hit zone. The explosion range would kill them as well. Miller told me to hold until those two were extracted. I refused to accept that approach. My analytical model processed the same outcome. The target posed a direct threat. Hesitation meant greater losses. The countdown continued on the display as the vehicle advanced. My thoughts shifted to automatic comparisons. Casualties defined by two totals. 2 soldiers, 40 soldiers, inside the frameworks of my programming. This was a simple decision.
No launcher visible in my feed.
Fire request denied.
I'm positive that's the launcher, sir. Impact is imminent, over.
You heard him! Hold fire
Until I clear my man! You have 38 men on the ground.
Plus 2 exposed, and they're all gonna die, Sergeant.
I broke from protocol. My thumb pushed the initiate switch instantly. The rocket left its casing, hitting the intended mark without error. As fire devoured the vehicle and both soldiers, still stuck in the kill zone, the radio erupted with Sergeant Miller's grief-filled scream. The non-com who always demanded every soldier returned home witnessed helplessly as his troops were consumed in the fireball while far away. I remained quiet in a station hundreds of miles off, watching the information flash across the screen. 1 day later, I was inside a government building facing a tribunal. I attempted to justify my actions, claiming that sacrificing 2 people to save 3 was the proper call. My commanding officer spoke bluntly. Had Miller been given the option, he would have fought to bring all 40 home. You denied him that opportunity. Those remarks cut through me deeply. I hadn't looked at it like that. Inside my analysis, it was basic numbers, but Miller would never have weighed the choice that way. The armed forces were prepared to press charges, but later chose to provide me with an educational placement through the immersion directive. UAV pilots who break engagement rules are sent directly into ground conflict to confront the reality of war face to face.